Don't always entertain women in your life if they were the one who made the mistake in the name of I fear ending up alone, or it was not that bad and I can still handle her. No, you cannot handle her. It was bad. She was toxic. These women, when they finally realize that you are that desperate and you desire them, they will always have an ego. The 5 post-breakup mistake to avoid. When you have finally broken up with your loved one and you want to move on with your life, there are mistakes that you're supposed to avoid making. Thus, will help you understand how you can also deal with your situation. Very few people know how to handle a breakup, but most of us, we don't know how to deal with it, how to react to our negative emotions, how we can handle some of the post-breakups. Be patient and allow me to dive in. The first mistake is running after your ex. Most of the time when we break up with our exes, we are always desperately running after them and trying to tell them that they should take us back. Text them, call them, be available whenever they pass a certain place. When you desperately always avail yourself to your ex and you're not ready to let it go, they will see you as a desperate man and they will be disgusted. Allow yourself to understand what made you guys to break up. Who was on the wrong side? What can you do better in the relationship? Let the breakup sink in your mind so that you can grieve, understand, and when you will finally get an equilibrium of who you are, you can now decide if you want to have a relationship with them or you will want to move on with your life and get a new girlfriend. Give yourself space, be on your own, understand what you want to do with your life, and moving forward, what do you want to change? Are you the one who has been pushing these women? Have you been attracting the wrong women in your life? When you run after them and show how desperate you are, it won't only affect your relationship and yourself, but it will show your ex that you are desperate and they will always have an ego that you are chasing after them. What do you want to do moving forward? The second mistake is begging your ex for acceptance in her life. You broke up with her for a reason, but because you have the fear that you will end up being alone and you don't want to face the breakup, you run to them so that you can beg for them to accept you back in their life. You want them to do you a favor. These desperations allows your ex to understand that you genuinely love them and they will always take you back to use you as the last option, not because they love you or they care about you. When you are that desperate, you end up even saying things that you don't mean. You try to convince them that you will forgive them and you still love them, and you don't really mean that. You are only doing that because of the fear that you don't want to end up alone. Don't go back to her and try to beg so that she can accept you back. No. Mature men who know their worth, they don't always go back to their exes and beg. Hating on your ex and wanting revenge. It is agreeable that the anger that you have towards your ex and the negative emotions, it is normal and everyone does understand. But don't be an idiot in that you try to approach them in public, humiliate them so that you can revenge and be satisfied that they were also hurt. When you try to revenge on your exes in the name of, I also want her to hurt, you don't concentrate on your life. They are trying to win you over. When you show your anger, negative emotions, how disrespectful you are, you try to seek for vengeance. You try to show her that she is also supposed to hurt. If there was any chance that you guys will maybe reconcile in the near future, you are killing every other chance. If you don't control yourself, you are not just disrespecting her or just hating her. You are also showing people that you're not mature enough and you cannot control and handle yourself. Show her that you can take control of yourself. I know it's not going to be easy. You're going to hurt. That is normal. It is part of the process of healing and overcoming a breakup. You're supposed to hurt. You're supposed to grieve for you to be a better man. The best revenge that you can do is rising above your heartbreak. Take a breakup as a lesson and use it for your own advantage. That is the best revenge that you can always do as a man. And trust me, this is something that you will always want to do if you are trying to get good women or you're trying to show revenge on your ex. Evolve into becoming a better man from it. This way, you're trying to build a life whereby you are learning from it. You're trying to learn how you can deal with women. What you're supposed to avoid doing in the near future if you do have another good relationship. You're trying to understand, how can I choose women? Why am I attracting toxic women in my life and yet I am a good person? So you get to understand what you've been doing wrong and what can you do to get rid of these toxic women that you've been attracting in your life. Blaming yourself. When you are still hurting and you are deep with the negative emotions, you are not thinking straight, you will always blame yourself. When you do blame yourself, even when you are on the wrong side, you won't get to understand and open up what made things go wrong. At the end of the day, you might have contributed to the fall of the relationship, but that does not mean that you are the one who made it break. There were certain problems, a list of problems that was making your relationship not to work, but your incidents only contributed, but it was not the main reason why you broke up with her. If you want to take the blame, but also grieve, heal, and forgive yourself. Maybe the relationship never worked out because you were never meant for each other. Come to a realization that you're supposed to forgive yourself. You are a human being and you're not perfect. Learn from the mistake and what can you do better moving forward, and what can you also do to be a better man. We are always trying to isolate ourselves from other people because we think the world needs to be alone. You're not venting, you're not talking, you're not doing a hobby, you're not busy. And when we go into a state whereby we want to be alone because we are hurting or we are going through a heartbreak, there is a highest chance that we will end up into a depression. Don't die alone. Call your best friend. Call your families. Have a conversation. If you want to vent. Get social. Get closure. Sometimes things happen for a good reason and maybe they were not meant for you and you need to accept it and move on with your life. Pursuing a rebound relationship. Rebound relationships will allow you to accept some women in your life because they showed a slightest care. They just want lust from you and they will take advantage of your breakdown, use you, show you that they do care, but they don't care. They will have last with you. And when they will finally get satisfied with what they wanted from you, they will finally get rid of you because that is what they wanted. They never wanted love. They never wanted a committed relationship. They never wanted to have a serious relationship with you. They never cared. They never loved you. So they took advantage of your weakest moment to their own benefit and they are now done using you. They will get rid of you and they will move on with their life. So don't always go to a rebound relationship after a breakup. You are doing more harm to yourself and you're not showing revenge to your exes. Take care of yourself. Don't do things to make your ex hurt, but do things to make yourself happy. Talk to your family members. Open up. Have a conversation with them. Get closure. We are not supposed to judge people because they're going through a darkest moment in their life. No. Let them judge you. Let them talk. Let them perceive you in a very different way. At the end of the day, you are doing yourself a favor and it is your life. If you don't take control of that and talk to people and vent, it will take you more time to get over your ex. Don't give your ex power to control your life just because you love them and you don't want to let them go or you don't want people to perceive you as a weak man. No. We are human beings. We are never perfect. Sometimes we break down. That is fine. Those are the only 7 mistakes that I have actually learned that most of us make when we go through a post breakup. Until next time, be safe, take care, and let's have peace.